Shalom, Kohala, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Chachadash, the ones of the apostles of the great millstone, and shalom to you brothers and highways and byways, doing the works sincerely and faithfully, continually fighting that good fight of faith. Lord willing, we are found in that number to be delivered. Right? So I'm gonna touch on a little bit of the IRS issue that took place a couple days ago, and how they were shutting their doors when the people were showing up in droves to get some assistance. All right, and again, this isn't nothing new with the IRS. You know, for years they've been opening up on a specific Saturday, you know, right before deadline, and offering free help to those who are in need of help. So it just so happens that thousands of people decided to go at the last minute and file their taxes. And when they seen all these people, they said, "Oh, we ain't helping nobody. There's too many people out there. Those are only supposed to be open for like 6 or 7 hours or so." But all that being said, I'm gonna play a couple of clips, and we're gonna come back here and get some scriptures.
We need our millions, and I'm not going to jail. Hello, I'm at the IRS, and then they talking about they taking us to jail, but we don't leave because 2 women had a fight, but they taking it out on all of us. All of us need our millions, and it's not right. People got kids. Anything goes.
Yeah. How long were you waiting in line?
I've been waiting for hours. You feel me? We want our millions. I ain't going nowhere bad for my return. I need my money. Real talk. And this ain't right what they doing. And that's going to be a bad disrespect. They better know it today at the IRS. Yeah. I need all mines. All 7,000 of mines, baby. All of it. All of it. I ain't doing no plan. This is the second month I came out here. And I'm not finna play with the IRS. I'm not and go to jail behind it.
Get it, I understand, but still, you can come talk to me at the door.
On the eve of the deadline, a crowd of people found themselves in front of closed doors.
And they came out and said, "We're not serving nobody today."
As it turned out, many of these people were forced to come at the last minute because they were instructed to appear in person to verify their identity.
You do your taxes and you file them electronically. All these years prior, I had no problems.
The tense situation quickly led to a fight breaking out and the office closing in the middle of the day.
Like last month, y'all was expecting more.
Despite dozens of taxpayers left without help, the office didn't stay.
All right, so a couple things. The majority of these people that we're seeing here, the majority of these people are gonna end up taking the C-hip, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because they're so dependent on the government, and they're so dependent on having some type of aid or assistance rendered unto them. Okay. Now, we all depend on the government in some shape, form, or fashion. We all have to use their money to get food and buy clothing and so on and so forth. As the scripture says, we got to go to our enemy and want to all things, right? But this is just showing you that these people who aren't taking into consideration, what they're getting involved in or what's on the horizon, they're going to be the first ones in line. And now the woman said, we got kids. That's going to be the catapult for a lot of these people lining up to take that C-hip, man, because they got kids. All right. This is Isaiah 31:1. It says, "Woe unto them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses, and trust in chariots, because they have many, and in the horsemen, because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord." All right? And here they are, waiting in the winds for somebody to help them. And when the help wasn't given, now they turned rabid. They turned rabid on people. So it's just a matter of time, man. And this is just showing you the forecast, if you will, of what's to come. All right? They're going to stall people out. People are going to stall it out for a little bit. But when kids start to go hungry and there ain't no food, and that's another avenue as well that can be also taken from what we're seeing here. This is just the IRS closing its doors, on a Saturday, promising for, give people help. Can you imagine when the grocery stores and the department stores are in that same stead where they're locking their doors? It's going to be all out hell out there, man. And people don't even see it coming. They got no idea that this thing is on the horizon. All right? And this is why the Lord set up watchmen, that we can let you know whether you hear or whether you forbear. This is why the Lord set up watchmen. All right? We out here telling you, be ready, be prepared. Don't be surprised. Don't act like you don't know what's going on. Psalms 146:3 says, put not your trust in princes, nor in the Son of Man, in whom there is no help. Right? And these people thought that they were going to get up on that Saturday morning. As a matter of fact, people was out there at 12 o'clock at night waiting in line, to the point where some people got there at 6 in the morning and the line was already formed and the line was already deep. Okay? Just when you think you're going to try to get ahead or out slick everybody else, and you expect these IRS, companies or whatever you want to call them, businesses, you expect them to look out the window, see over 8,000 people standing there. They're never going to get out of there. It was only supposed to be open from, I think, was 8 to 4 or something like that. It was only supposed to be open for a short time. And the amount of people out there, that's all right, because you're going to be lining up. You're going to be lining up to get that C-hip when that time comes. You're going to be front and center in that line when that time comes. Because you're trusting in this system. You're trusting in the oppression of this system. Because all you have ever known throughout your whole life was to trust the system and not trust in the Lord. Now, you may not have been a very spiritual person coming up. You may have never went to church coming up, which is a good thing. But on a general scale, you weren't seeking the Lord. But now that this word has gone throughout the four corners of the earth, and that the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai has been put out in the earth, camps have been popping up all over the earth, there's really no excuse. But instead of trusting in the Heavenly Father and His Son, you're going to put your trust in men. As the scripture says, in whom there is no help. So they got you wrapped up in this system so deep and so strong that you no longer have any idea how to sustain yourself and how to survive. Because it's going to come down to survival. And this is why a lot of you Israelites are going to be, made unalive, because you do not know how to survive, man. Let me get this. This is Isaiah 33:6. It says, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. All right? How stable are you people going to be when they start shutting the stores down? All right? Here it is. The IRS has shut their doors from helping you. Not even officially giving you a check. You wasn't walking out of there with a check. They was just going to help you file. Right? And you people acting like you was going to walk out of there. Homegirl said she want all $7,000 of her money. You wasn't going to go into the IRS and get $7,000 that day. You was going to go in there, get help. They're going to process your information and then, send you out a check. Right? But I want to get to another quick clip, because what they're doing...
Open late. Hello, my friend.
What they're doing, this man's going to kind of explain it. So listen to what he has to say.
I have a late breaking news. IRS, United States of America, they're having some issues because the IRS is now going back more than 10 years into auditing all income taxes you have filed. They're going to go back up to 10 years ago, and they'll make sure that if you owe any money or you haven't paid any money, they will deduct it from your current refund, or they will withhold your refund until further notice. I have proof. As a matter of fact, I investigated some of the cases that the IRS is now having issues with, and they go back as far as 10 years ago. So if somebody filed for you income tax, or you had a professional income tax preparer.
All right. So that's another step that's being taken by the IRS. That's going to put a lot of people in a bad situation, because now they're starting to crack down on the filers who were filing, claiming other people's kids and things of that nature. I got another video for you.
My PPP loan.
All right, so listen to this chick. And she's gonna give you a prime example. I guess she's facing 4 years in prison for what she did. Check this out.
Was for $47,000, and I was my only employee. I did it correctly. But what she said was, your taxes that you used from 2019 are fraudulent because you claimed your little cousins on them, so that makes the loan fraudulent. That's how that occurred.
So throughout all of this, at any time did you know that some of this stuff was illegal?
Of course.
Okay.
Yes, at some point, the CPN, I had no clue.
Okay.
But of course, I don't think my mind said, this is illegal, you could go to jail for it, because I watched so many people my whole life do it. So in my head, I'm like, that's nothing, Like, that's how I thought about it. But after I realized what I actually had did, I was like, that's fucking illegal. What I learned through the whole process is the IRS is not somebody that you want to be on the wrong side of.
Right. So all that being said, and the majority of the people who are being targeted are Jake. All right. The majority of the people that are being targeted are Israelites, because Israelites have these Jakes have that whole, as she just explained it. She's been seeing this shit been done her whole life, claiming this one's kids, claiming that one's kids, claiming the nieces and nephews and cousins, claiming all these people. Now the IRS like, well, wait a minute, there's no documentation of you having custody of this kid. There's no documentation that the child has been you've been a caregiver or something to that nature. So then now they're starting to crack down. Something you may have did 6 years ago, now it's about to catch up with you 6 years later. All right. So this is what's going on with the IRS, and this is what's going on with Jake. But it's gonna all come down to what? The MOTB. You people are gonna be right in line to get that MOTB. And with that also, I believe they're also going to sweeten the pot a little bit by offering you some type of, deal incentive, where they'll tell you, all the money you owed for the taxes will erase if you take this new device or whatever. All right. So I think that's another way they're going to get a lot of you Israelites out there. All right. This is Sirach 12:17. It says, if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretended to help thee, he shall, yet shall he undermine thee. All right. So therefore, you think this man is here to help you. He's about to do you in, man. And there's no doubt about it. Jake has been just, doing whatever. Jake is just doing whatever they want to do, man. They got no goddamn shame in their game. And here you are out here on a Saturday afternoon expecting, 7 or 8 IRS agents, the tax agents, to help you file your taxes. You know, now I'm not defending anybody in this thing, but you niggas should have been got your taxes done. You know, that chick said, oh, I got kids. I got 7 kids. Well, why you waiting to the last minute? You know? But again, it's just a systematic mindset that Jake has, you know, waiting to the last minute. And now look at you. Now you're all sitting there, you know, all in a bad situation, a bad position, because now you can't get money. And now that you can't get your money, now they're going to go back and look at your previous taxes. You may end up going to jail. That chick that was speaking before, how she claimed her little cousins, she said she's looking at 4 years in jail now.
This was the scene at the IRS office on South Gessner. According to the IRS website, the office was supposed to be open until 4 p.m. today to help people with last-minute filing. But people waiting for assistance were notified just before 11 a.m. that the office would be closed.
Doors were supposed to open at 9, and they came out and said, we're not serving nobody today. I've been out here with my elderly mom since 6:30 this morning. People literally were here at 12 o'clock last night.
In part, quote, delays on Saturday occurred due to overwhelming taxpayer demand for assistance, and the IRS is committed to serving those who weren't able to receive in-person help. For people we couldn't serve in person, we are collecting names and numbers when possible so an IRS representative can call them back.
Yeah, so that's all nonsense. Call them back. You're going to be waiting for a long time. All right, let me get back over here. All right, let's do this here. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 15. It says, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. All right, so these curses are still in effect, man. These curses are still in effect. Just because you live in Babylon, and just because you get Section 8 and housing and WIC and all this other shit, don't think you safe. Because the Lord is going to turn this whole thing upside down. And when he does, these curses are going to come upon thee heavily. You people are so saturated in this system, you don't even realize you're under these curses. 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field. Cursed shall thou be in thy basket and thy store. All right? Here you are fighting for some money that you may never see, man. You people who are banging down the doors at the IRS, you may never see those tax returns the way things are speeding up around here. Okay? And they got you right. They got you right where they want you to. You're right in that prime position to just say, fuck it, just give me the chip, man. Just give it to me. I'll take it. If it's gonna, enable me to buy some food and put, the lights on, just give it to me. That's what you people are gonna say. All right? 18. Cursed shall thou be in the fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy land, the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. Cursed shall thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shall thou be when thou goest out. So at the end of the day, the Lord is going to continue to put you people in a very bad situation, man. Prophecies are going to be fulfilled. All right? Let me go here instead. Let me go back. Go up this one here. It's gonna be Matthew chapter 24. Matthew's 24, and I'll jump down to 7. It says, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines. All right, and that's the point I want. There shall be famines. All this stuff, all that you're dealing with and all that you're seeing is about to come to a stop, man. It's about to come to a halt. And this is what's going to drive these famines right out, man. It's going to drive them out. Okay? And pestilence. And earthquakes in diverse places. These are all the signs that we were told to look for. All right? And again, being dependent on Esau, Edom, to such a high degree, you're going to follow suit whatever he says, man. If he tells you people, come back next Saturday to the IRS, you're going to be right back there next Saturday. Because you need him, you're dependent on him so heavily. You can't see and picture your life without having to trust in him, man. What keeps ringing on my mind was the young lady. She said, we got kids out here. We got kids out here. Where the baby daddy at? Where them fathers at? You thought it was all gravy getting him out the house, so you can get that $7,000. Now Esau's about to switch it up on you. You're gonna be sitting there all by yourself now, crying, boo-hooing. Because in these times, man, you women are gonna need a man, no doubt. There's no doubt about it. You're gonna need a man that's gonna be able to navigate the perils that are coming, the plagues that are coming. Just being out there and being by yourself in some in perilous times is not gonna add up to you. Okay? So there's going to be a lot on the horizon real soon that you definitely got to look into and trust in the Lord and get to know who the Lord is. Very important. Okay? Keep it on verse 8. It says, all these things, all these are the beginning of sorrows. All these are the beginning of sorrows. You people don't have any idea about the sorrows that are coming. Esau has you, or I should say, Esau has the ability to shut shit down and not even think twice about shutting it down. And that first pandemic showed that. Even us men of the Lord, the hopeful elect, when shit started to get shut down, we was even like, oh damn, this shit is serious, because they're shutting down multi-million-dollar businesses, man. Multi-million-dollar sporting events. That's when you knew it was getting serious, man. Canceling games and canceling all kinds of, concerts and events that was drawing in millions and millions for people. Just came to a screeching halt. All right? So Esau's not done yet. He is not done. He is nowhere near done. So the scripture says, all these are the beginning of sorrows. So there's going to be a lot more sorrows on the horizon. Okay? A lot more sorrows on the horizon. You better be warned. You better be warned. This is, let me get down to Proverbs. This is Proverbs chapter 1. Let me jump down. Jump down to verse 20. It says, wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates. In the cities she uttereth her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, Will you love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. All right? The stage is being set. The prophets have warned you. The prophets have told you. The prophets have showed you. You know, we used to come out there with them signs, and we still got them, showing you who the elitists were, showing you, you know, what the things were to come, showing what the ICBM missiles look like, showing you the breakdown of the world maps and how they broke it down to regions. All right? These are things that now are going to come to mind to all you simple ones out there. These are things that you're now going to sit back, and the Lord's going to put that thought in your mind. Damn, maybe I should have listened to those guys. These guys were right. And I was speaking to the elder the other night. He had told me a cat that, you know, he had used to run with back in the world, you know, had called him out of the blue and was like, yeah, you were right. You know? And, you know, conversation went on and on, but the gist of the point is how these people that we've come across throughout the years, they're going to resurface, man. They're going to resurface, wanting to know where you going, what you're doing, you know, what do you think is next? What should we do? You know, and again, we're just messengers, man. We're just messengers. Don't come looking at us like, you know, we gave you something that we figured out by ourselves. We're messengers of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Anything that we speak and say is inspired through the spirit and power of the Lord. Okay? It says, turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. And how is he doing that? He's making known his words through his servants, the prophets. So from this point forward, for all those who are out there, if you see men on the highways and byways teaching, you better stop and inquire. And again, inquire about, you know, how to hopefully save your life, man. That's what this really boils down to. Not being destroyed here in Babylon the Great, man. Not taking part of the vengeance and the judgment of this place because of its wickedness has risen to the heavens, man. Why would you die for a nation of people that didn't give a goddamn about you? All right? So think about what's coming, man. Think about what's coming. And that whole IRS thing, it's just a precursor to what's going to happen when you try to go into these supermarkets and them doors are shut. It's just a precursor that's coming, where you are going to now be examined concerning that MOTB. Remember what she said. We got kids. 90% of those who have children, and I speak as a man, this ain't nothing that's in the books or written. I just speak as a man. This is what I believe. 90% of those people, you know, throughout this world, they're going to take that chip, man. If it ain't 90%, it's a good portion. A good portion is going to take that chip just for the mere fact that they got kids alone. Okay? So with that, I'm going to end it there. I just wanted to bring that quick hit out. But this RRS, there's more to it than that meets the eye. Esau knows what he's doing. Esau is always strategically setting something up or putting something in place or putting a ball in motion somewhere along the line, man. They're always putting things right where they need to be, right at the right time. They want to see a reaction. They want to see what the conclusion was going to be. Just like in 2008 when the banks had a soft shutdown, if you will. Couldn't get no money out the bank. You running back and forth. People are fighting in front of the bank, pushing and shoving, threatening. All right. So be mindful and be ready, because again, what the Lord is about to do, He's about to do it swiftly. All right. So with that, I'll see you on another show. I say shalom.